Welcome back, everyone, to this, the 300 subscribers edition to Dale's Rails. And the response was so overwhelming last week that I practically crossed over from my 300 to my 400 subscribers edition. So to all my new subscribers out there, I want to say thank you and welcome aboard. This week, I'll be covering all the sets from the Fallen Flag series that were ushered in during the LTI era at Lionel, owned by Richard Kuhn. I'll be doing some unboxing of some new engines and the issues I had with those, and also covering the introduction to Lionel's Railsounds that was ushered in during that era. So you might want to grab a refreshment or two because we'll have a lot of ground to cover. The first set here is a couple of engines from the Fallen Flags series. This is set number 6. It was the only set that included a dummy and powered diesel set. This is just the engines. I don't have the rest of the cars to go with this set. This would just be the engines. And the significance of this set of engines, this is actually the first of the Fallen Flag series that came with Railsounds in the dummy. That was kind of a first. So this set apparently wasn't that popular. It's kind of hard to believe it wouldn't have been that popular, but apparently it didn't really appeal to that many people just because they thought it was kind of a drab looking set. This is nice. It still has the instructions. So set number 6 is a set of GP7s of the nickel plate road. Kind of hard to believe that, and look, it even comes with the sound activation button for your Railsounds. So the significance of this set is, as far as I know, this is the first set to have Railsounds in the engine. This would have been, I think, considered, but not listed as such as Railsounds 1. But it's not something that I don't think they're recognized as being Railsounds 1. So that must be the dummy. So this is going to have the Railsounds in this dummy unit. Hopefully that shows up. And so this would be the power unit. You can get this out. Not too much trouble. Okay. And this was listed in C8. Yeah, like new condition. So I'm assuming these engines have little to no runtime on them. And I don't know that it commented whether or not, I think they commented that they were functional, but they didn't mention anything if the Railsounds was fully functional or not. Okay, this is set number 7 of the Fallen Flags series. And this is an engine I've had for years. But, you know, I have never ran this set. This was a final set, and it was not a popular set either. Kind of odd that they brought Railsounds, put it in the locomotive for the nickel plate road set, and then this set followed it, being the last set, and no Railsounds. And people were quick to criticize this set because there was certain things that they didn't like about it. So this is a set of the Erie Alco diesels. I believe this is an ABA set. Yeah. I've had this, I think, for 5 years. I have never ran them, so this is a good time to get these out and run it for the first time. And there's the B unit. Kind of interesting. They actually had it packed in the middle between the two A's. There's an A unit. It doesn't seem to want to come out. There we go. That feels rather heavy. And this must be the A dummy. Yeah, it's hard to believe. I've had these this long and I've never ran these. I've never had these out of the package either. I've just stored them away and kind of focused on building the layout and kind of forgot about these. These don't appear to have any runtime either. This last set is another recent acquisition that I made last week, and this is set number 1 of the Fallen Flag set. This is a set that I've been looking to acquire for quite some time. You know, I've had them, you know, on my wish list off and on over the years, and finally decided it was time. I never really have been into the colored steam locomotives. You know, black and silver. That's pretty much my taste on steam. I don't know, it's just my personal preference, I guess. And this set came along. This is the Wabash. This is the only steam and only passenger set from the Fallen Flag series. So this is a Wabash. It's kind of a neat locomotive. You know, like I said, I'm not into the color locomotives, but for some reason this just really stood out to me, and I've been kind of anticipating adding this to my collection for quite some time. Now this set, a little bit concerning because Trains had it listed as a as-is. I looked at it and it seems to be in very good condition. Most of the other sets that I've come across to look at, they had some pretty serious scuff marks on them and chip paint. And this locomotive looked in really good condition. It's a little bit concerning though, since they said that the tender didn't work. Well, this is the era, 1986, when this set was developed. I don't think it was released until 87, but this still contained, you know, that was the transition time from Lionel, from Fun Dimensions to Richard Kuhn. So they were still going through some transition at the time, and I think it affected the production of this locomotive somewhat. But these were still equipped with the MPC era, Fun Dimensions era sound of steam. And this tender is supposed to have a whistle as well. So it's equipped with sound of steam and a whistle. It's a little concerning because this is the era, to me, that's still MPC or Fun Dimensions. And those boards tend to be on a foam bed. So it's a little bit concerning that they would actually try to power this up. So I'm a little concerned that maybe the board's been fried in this. But, you know, the overall condition of the locomotive, you can take a look at that. There's not a scratch or chip paint anywhere on this locomotive. And the roller pickups look like this has never been ran. So, you know, I don't know if this was maybe a factory reject. Why that would be hanging around that long and never ran before. It's kind of a little bit odd. So I'm not going to power this up until I have a chance to open that tender and take a look inside. I did pick up a few of the passenger cars that go with this set. I didn't get the complete passenger set. So I did pick up a couple of cars to run with it for now. I got the Railway Express Agency car and the observation car. So I'll be running these around. Now these have never been ran before either. They still have all the packing material on them. So taped to them. So this is nice. These are lighted, and I like the fact that they have die-cast trucks. Not real crazy about the white milky passenger inserts, but you know, that's one of the things that kind of bothers me on the MPC era colored locomotives. They tend to always have these passenger cars with these milky white passenger inserts in them. But other than that, I'm really pleased that I was able to get one of these finally. I've had it on my want list for quite some time. So I'm going to go away real quick, and I'm going to check this tender out, open it up. You know, I'll spare you guys. You know, before we put this under power, the last thing I want to do is, you know, damage a board if there's something else going on here that's not a damaged board. I want to take a look at it, but I have a funny feeling that it's one of those foam pads that are shot. Well, I thought I'd just go ahead and open this up now. It's not going to really be that hard to do. We can kind of take a look at it together. Just 2 screws. One on each end here. It's going to take long to take these out. Yeah. What I was afraid of. So this is one of those. Some of these newer versions do have a plastic cradle that these are into, and I wasn't sure on this one. So this is a little bit concerning that maybe we've got a fried board in here. And let's just take a closer look here and take a look and see what we can see. If we see anything unusual, you know, that board, that foam is, you know, it's still there, but it's pretty well disintegrated. And oh, right there right away. Yeah, look at that. I think I see a problem. Maybe this is why it's not working. So here's a speaker wire that's loose. It was laying under the board, so that's a little concerning with that metal underneath that circuit board. And it looks like that's the other post right there. I think that's the post that this would go onto. I don't see another spot on here for this pin type terminal to go onto. So maybe we just got lucky and we just have a speaker that's disconnected. So we'll power this up and real quick and see. Now that I've got that off of there, you know, I think there's enough foam, but I'm going to go get something just in case. Okay, I mentioned to you guys I have this foam insulation pipe wrap. This stuff is, you know, a lot more durable than what they use in that, because this stuff is insulated pipe wrap. It's made for UV protection, had to be used outdoors actually. So it should do fine, and I think it works really good as a replacement. I've used them before. I don't know how long it's going to take for that to disintegrate out of there. But, you know, I probably won't be around anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that little speaker. And I think we'll fire this up to see if we can get this engine to run. It does need to be connected to the locomotive. We'll go ahead and connect that. It just has a 3-wire, 3-pin connector here. Pretty simple to plug into that. Okay. Make sure everything's on the track. Make sure our board is insulated out. We got some noise. Oh no, guys, I think I got lucky. Let's see. We should have a whistle. Nope. No whistle. So I know this has a whistle. I mean, it's not Railsounds quality whistle. It's just the you know, MPC era whistle sound, but it should have at least that whistle. And if this board will work like that, then I'm fine with that. We're going to try this out. I don't know if it's going to help this out or make it worse, but the underside of that circuit board was coated in all of that foam. So the other part of the foam that's not there on the tender base was stuck to the board. It was completely coated. And so I took some alcohol and a toothbrush real quick and then scrubbed all that off. And if you need to, you know, clean your circuit board, alcohol is a safe cleaner for that. You want to use alcohol. That's really what they use to clean circuit boards with. So I'm going to try it and see if that made any improvement. Wow, look at that. That did it. Not the best sounding whistle, but it's working. That's crazy. Okay, well, I guess I escaped out of that unscathed. So You know, if you got a board like this that, you know, you're having those issues with, I'm surprised that we had steam sounds but no whistle sound until I cleaned that board off. And I wasn't sure that was going to work, but I was sure being hopeful. Well, there's a new protective foam pad I put in. This is a lot more dense than the old foam that was in there. And another nice thing about this, this is exactly the same width as a tender base. So all I had to do is just cut a piece of it off, and it's already cut to width, and it's almost custom made, like it's made for that. Hey guys, please stay tuned for the second half of this video. I had some technical difficulties trying to convert these to movie format and lost all that segment in the process. So I will have to reshoot the second half of the video I had planned for this, and I will be releasing that as soon as I get that done. Thanks.